Hi, I'm Kate, and today I'm watching Season 2, Episode 3 of Breaking Bad. So much has gone on in these first two episodes, I'm not even sure how I can quickly recap everything, but in the last episode, Tuco kidnaps Jesse and Walter, brings them to this safe house in this desert where he keeps his Tio, and they believe he's in this drug-fueled paranoid state who's getting rid of everyone close to him because he doesn't trust anyone. And then Tuco tells them, I can't get a hold of Gonzo. The DEA came and picked up my whole crew this morning. You're the only people I can trust right now. We're waiting for my cousins. We're going to go to Mexico and we're going to restart operations there. And up until that point, Jesse and Walter believed that he had killed Gonzo because of the picture Hank sent them, when in reality, Gonzo had gone back to the junkyard to get his buddy's body, but got his arm trapped between the two cars. They don't give up this information to Tuco because they see this as an opportunity to possibly get out of this and save their own lives, since he doesn't want them dead. But they also don't want to give up this information because then he may think they are the rats. Walter has the ricin-laden meth, and they're trying to find their opportunity to get Tuco to ingest it. Their first opportunity, they were so close, but Jesse just had to run his mouth a little too much. And then their second opportunity, when they try to poison his burrito, the Tio, who they believed was a vegetable up until that point, in his own way, is able to warn Tuco and get the food on the floor. Now, I think that guy is pretty smart because Tio was sitting there. Walter and Jesse were like getting in his face, trying to see how much he was seeing, and I think he let them believe that he was more a vegetable just sitting there watching TV, when in reality he was watching them, keeping an eye on them, letting them think that, so he can see what they were all about and if they were trustworthy. I can only imagine how frustrating it must be to only be able to communicate with a bell. He was using once for yes, twice for no. And in his own way, he is able to save Tuco, but ultimately he's rewarded by being starved because Tuco believes he's just being fussy with the food. While all of this is going on, while they're being held hostage, Skyler, Walt Jr., Marie, and Hank are desperately searching for Walter because he's been gone for like over 24 hours. Well, no, less than 24 hours at this point, but still, all of his cancer medications are there. They're thinking the worst. And in their search for Walter, they discover that he has a second cell phone. Hank ends up at Jesse's parents' house looking for him, and I think this is going to ultimately everything ultimately harms Jesse. But I don't think that this interaction is going to bode well for Jesse and his relationship with his parents, because even though Hank says, I'm here on personal business, I'm just looking for my brother-in-law, this has really nothing to do with Jesse other than he and Walter were close, I don't think his mom is going to like that a DEA agent showed up and it was in regards to Jesse. And then I just love that Hank at the beginning of the episode tells his whole crew, he gets them all riled up, and he's like, are we going to catch Tuco? And they all say yes. He leaves the room, and he's like, yeah, we're never going to find this guy. And I'm taking some time off because I got to go find Walt. And he technically does find Walt. He just doesn't know it, but he also finds Tuco, who he was not expecting, and they have a shootout, and he takes him out. Tuco knows who Heisenberg really is. He knows that it's Walter, but he is the only person of his crew to know Walter's real name. However, the rest of his crew that was taken in is definitely going to know Jesse's name. I think they're definitely going to be out for revenge, especially Tuco's cousins are going to be out for revenge. I don't know if they're going to take it out on Hank or if they're really going to search out Walter. I don't know how Walter is going to explain his absence to his family, how he's going to explain this second cell phone without coming clean in some sort of way or alienating them more. Jesse's car was at Tuco's, so now he's going to have to answer for that. I would have taken my chances with Hank, honestly. I don't know if that's what's going to happen in this episode. If I was Walter and Jesse, it was only Hank by himself showing up. I'm sure they could have come up with some lie, like Walter was just getting pot from Jesse when this guy shows up, because Hank, they don't know, but Hank knows that Tuco's always just trying to get rid of the competition, so they could have just said he showed up to Jesse's and took us out to the desert. Walter's now been without his cancer medication for several hours, so he can't be doing well. And now the distributor that Walt and Jesse were relying on is gone. So who's going to come in to fill that space? I'm a little nervous that Walt is going to see his opportunity now. I think that now that Tuco's gone, he's going to reassess the situation, and he's just going to want to commit more crimes since he has, last episode he wasn't enjoying it too much. But I think ultimately deep down he does enjoy it. And I think he's going to fill that void, that distributor void. That's just my way of thinking. And I just feel so bad for Jesse because he has been trying to get out. He's been trying to leave so many times. And I just think that now with Tuco gone, the whole crew gone, Walter will be like, well, we still got to sell. I still have to get this money for my family. So now we're going to take that spot. That's enough talking. Let's get into the episode. We're digging something up. No, we're going to bury the gun. That's the one from Tuco's back. I mean, I know Hank was preoccupied, but I'm just not sure how he didn't see Hank and Jesse run off. Ugh, they barely had any water. They obviously don't know where they are because they were in Tuco's trunk. It's beautiful cinematography, but I know they are not having a good time. Yeah, he really needs his meds.
Please.
I hope it's not Tuco's cousins.
It's a bold plan, Mr. White.
Yeah.
You sure this is the way to go?
What other choice do they have?
Gracias.
Did Jesse get in? No. Distraction? Is this Walt's clothes? So he must be doing this on purpose so that people kind of think he's lost his mind, and that's why he's been missing? Bold move, Mr. White.
What does he remember?
Not a whole lot.
He knows where he is.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It's only the last day or so that seem to be missing.
Oh my God.
I mean, those are definitely real tears and emotions from him.
You know who I am, right?
Yes, son, I know who you are. Come here. Your old man a hug.
If he gets away with this lie, though, it emboldens him.
I feel like myself. Really, I mean, in the past couple days are missing, but other than that, I feel fine.
So, Uncle Hank, he was in a shootout. He killed some guy, some big drug dealer.
Oh my God, is he all right?
Absolutely fine.
But where did this happen? How could he be?
Walt, everything's okay.
He's doing a good job.
But what could it be? I mean, did they give you a worst case scenario?
You know, there's no point in getting ahead of ourselves, so.
Naked.
Marie's trying to fill the
In a
plot
supermarket.
holes.
How's Hank?
Yeah, how is Hank? Yeah, emotionally, he's got to be distressed. Yeah, look at him.
He's indestructible, you know that.
I identified myself and told the suspect to show his hands, turn, and face me. At this point, I identified the suspect as a Mr. Salamanca and observed what appeared to be a gunshot wound in his midsection.
What were you doing in a shooting fight on your own with no backup?
Mr. Salamanca's presence was not something I'd anticipated. I was tending to another matter.
What other matter?
Searching for your brother-in-law, as I understand.
Your brother-in-law.
Yes, sir. He's since been found. He's fine. The whole thing was a misunderstanding. The Monte Carlo at the scene belonged to a former student of his, a Jesse Pinkman.
And what about this Pinkman? What was his car doing at the crime scene? Have you run him down yet?
Not yet, but we're working on it.
Yeah, Jesse's in the loop. Badger.
Man, they're like Jehovah's Witnesses. They don't give up. Yo, what'd you do, rob a bank?
I told you this is serious shit.
He's gonna have to face the music at some point, though.
Let's do this.
Nah, somebody's still watching the house.
Holy Christ!
Oh yeah, we gotta get rid of all of this.
Come on, help me out, man!
Badger, focus.
I can't just let you break this down. I mean, it'd be sacrilege.
I told you that's why we're here. You saw the cops.
Couldn't we just cook one quick batch, you know?
Oh my God.
For the road? I mean, we're cool and all, but I ain't forgetting you just left me stranded.
God, Badger! Don't mess with me!
Yeah,
Focus.
I got it.
Because if they get that methylamine, they'll know that he was the one that robbed the place.
Okay, that's all.
Unless Badger somehow takes the fall.
He's totally cool. He's my cousin.
Yeah.
I hope everything's
What we say,
secured in there.
500?
We didn't say it's 1,000. Ain't the miles, it's the cargo.
560.
You know what?
Hey, no. Look, he'll pay the rest later. Jesse's a stand-up dude.
Yeah,
Who sells meth?
I am.
Yes.
I will get you the other 500.
500 more.
Save your skinny ass, yo. I totally vouch for you.
Thanks, Badger.
I'm giving you like 2 hours, and then I'm calling on a payphone, not a cell phone. Why? Why do you gotta go and do this?
They need probable cause.
Let yourself get caught. Give them some sort of story. Is he gonna say I was just trying to buy meth from him and he kidnapped me?
What's the last thing you remember?
Driving home, I think.
You don't remember talking to me when I was in the bathtub?
No, I'm sorry, I
Nothing else? No fleeting images?
don't. Well, no.
It probably helps that he has cancer and is on cancer meds, but I worked with neurologists for several years, and they know when you're making this stuff up.
I remember feeling fear.
Well, there's definitely some good news here. The MRI shows no metastases.
Meaning the cancer hasn't spread to the brain.
Yeah, we're looking really good.
What was it then?
Well, there's no sign of stroke or seizure.
And considering your condition, the blood panel looks good.
What happened?
As of right now, we really can't say.
Forgive me. Granted, this is not my field, but isn't it possible that this had something to do with all the prescriptions I've been taking?
Well, we'll take another look at that, sure.
No, he smells BS.
Well, I understand that you've been kind of stressed out lately.
Shouldn't we be talking about when I can get out of here?
Well, that may still be a ways down the road.
Actually, I think our next move is to schedule a psychiatric evaluation.
Now, is that absolutely necessary?
Well, nobody likes being in the hospital. I get that. But until we know what caused this incident, we can't be certain it won't recur.
Yeah, he's acting way too sus, trying to get out as soon as possible. You'd want to know what caused it. Uh-oh. Crystal Palace is about to get raided. Is Jesse hiding here? Hiding?
Is that your last hit?
Yeah.
All right, finish it quick.
They both have enacted, Jesse and Walt have enacted some bold plans. It's like you gotta let yourself get caught enough so that you could tell a bigger lie.
Jesse Pinkman, I presume?
Man, Hank got right back to work after everything that happened.
What's there to tell? Okay, her and I were partying, that's it.
Since Saturday night? Partying for 3 days straight, huh? Just bumping uglies and smoking that crystal you got from your pal Tuco? You didn't notice your car was gone?
Oh, not until you guys went and busted down the door. Okay, now who's gonna pay for that?
How come you weren't answering your cell phone?
It was in my car.
We found your car, but your phone wasn't in it.
You found my car.
Awesome! DA all the way! Yes!
Like, I know his acting isn't great right now,
Did you leave anything else in the
but
car?
I don't know if they're believing it.
I don't know. Like this? $67,920.
That's not mine.
Means I think your story's bullshit. I think you know who Tuco Salamanca was. Tuco had a bullet in him when I got there, and I think you know something about that, too. I think you know the badass you did.
It was a bold plan, but
Where's my root beer? Come on. I gotta pee and I got low blood sugar. I got medical issues.
Wendy, listen, talk to me. Tell me the last 3 days.
I told you. We were shacked up since Saturday.
You know you want to go back to giving Wendy's, Wendy.
No, you. You're the one in the black truck. You wanted me to do that kid.
What?
The kid with the crutches. Jesse came over to the palace at 11 o'clock Saturday night. We were together the whole time and he never left the room. And that's all I'm saying about that.
How are you sleeping?
Fine. Most nights. Where is this going exactly?
We're starting a process, Walt, an ongoing process. I just met you. It's hard to say. We could be talking about days, weeks, months.
If this is truly necessary, can't I continue as an outpatient?
A fugue state is a very serious event.
Could you tell me about patient confidentiality?
It's very straightforward. Without your permission, I can't disclose anything you tell me to anyone.
How much bolder is he about to get?
And you, as a medical practitioner, you abide by these strictures absolutely?
Yes.
What's he about to disclose?
There was no fugue state. I remember everything. The truth is, I couldn't stand to spend another second in that house. And so I left. I didn't think about it, I just did it. I walked for a long time, and when I couldn't walk anymore, I hitchhiked.
Being found naked in a supermarket, that was your way of giving credibility to a lie? Of avoiding questions about your disappearance?
It's another bold chance, but this one's better than what he's been doing.
Why run away? What did you feel you had to run from?
Doctor, my wife is 7 months pregnant with a baby we didn't intend. My 15-year-old son has cerebral palsy. I am an extremely overqualified high school chemistry teacher. I have watched all of my colleagues and friends surpass me in every way imaginable, and within 18 months, I will be dead. And you ask why I ran?
Just good delivery. Also, it probably felt good to say that, even though that isn't exactly why he ran, but it is a good reason for why he's been doing everything else that the psych doesn't need to know about. Oh.
¿Entiendes el inglés?
What's that mean?
That means yes. Yes is a bell, no is no bell.
Oh, come on. This is bullshit.
Senor, are we on the planet Mars? Are we on the planet Saturn? Are we on the planet Earth? Is today Friday? Is today Monday? Is today Tuesday?
Okay, seems like he's all there. Let's go for it.
Was this man at your house yesterday? Was this man at your house yesterday?
Interesting.
Are you scared of this man?
I don't know, the way Tuco treated him. Probably see what an addict Tuco was. He was stuck there in the heat in this house. Gonna spit on him?
Oh, man.
I guess that's a no.
I told you, numbnuts, this guy's OG.
Oh, yeah.
Kept his mouth shut for 17 years in San Quentin. Stroke or no stroke. Old school gangbang Mexicans don't help the feds.
Hey, Dad. Hey, can you hear me? Could you give me a ride? I'm downtown and my car is in the,
I don't think they're coming to get you.
Okay, yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Okay, bye.
We're free, but where do we go from here now?
Thanks. So, what are you doing now?
Waffle House?
Breakfast always fixes everything.
Payphone.
Payphone, middle of nowhere, nobody followed.
Okay, you?
They sweated me plenty, but they finally cut me loose. Scumbag brother-in-law took my rainy day fund.
Wait. What does he know? Does he know it's your money?
I got bills due, man. I'm screwed.
Did he mention my name?
No, thanks for caring. The RV. Badger's cousin took it to his garage. It's safe.
Can he get it running again?
Why?
So we can cook.
You still want to cook?
It's all Walter's
Seriously.
thinking about.
What's changed, Jesse?
What's changed? He could have shown at least a little compassion for Jesse. Jesse has lost everything.
That is cash on hand. Cash on hand.
Did Walter just sneak into his own home? Also, why aren't they keeping that sliding glass door locked? You're pregnant, Skylar. It's even beside the point, just in general. Okay, so where do we put it now? It's gonna be loud. I feel like someone's gonna walk in. We couldn't take some to give to Jesse. Now he's gonna get to see them without him. Gonna get to see a little insight. Your young son is having to console your wife while you plan to cook more meth and hide your meth money in the vents. See what you've been doing.
Sometimes
all alone. They always show Walter in the shadows. I know the show's from like 15 years ago, but it's kind of crazy the lack of cameras everywhere and also the lack of security in the hospital. Oh, yeah, that picture kind of represents him. He's out alone at sea while his family is on shore.
What's this?
It's blue meth we found up by your late homie. The lab says it got cooked P2P style. The lab said that blue meth's the purest they've seen, at least since this.
Crazy 8.
Somehow, some way, it's all connected.
It's dead around here. Let's go get a couple of beers.
Oh, you little sneaky bastard. Ah, look at that.
I got the gut right. We all got you a little something, and this is from all of us.
Oh, you sick.
What is it?
Sick puppy. I love it.
What was it?
You gonna finish apple juice? You're supposed to drink it. No, the nurse said you have to stay hydrated.
Oh, poor Walt Jr. is so worried about his parents right now. Come on. Please, Walter. Look what you're doing to your family. You could do at least some little things to make them feel a little bit more appreciated.
Better late than never, huh?
Hey. So, tell us about the shootout.
I was just doing my job. The whole thing was over in about 5 seconds. How are you?
I'm okay. Yeah. The doctor is calling it a isolated episode of transient global amnesia.
Damn.
I don't know what to say. I mean, you going out there looking for me put you in danger, and I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't even cut it.
Hey, you ought to disappear more often. Just kidding. Don't do that. Okay, look. Hey, look what they gave me. Look what they gave me. That, gentleman, is the grill of the guy I shot.
It's just a reminder for Walter. I know Hank's putting on a tough facade, but there's still a lot of trauma he has to deal with from going through. His hand was shaking during that, which anybody's would be, but...
I can't tell you how good it feels to be home.
I'll get these in the wash.
But now that we're home, we still have some more questions. Walt, read the room.
Just thinking about going out to 7-Eleven. Do you need anything?
Okay, it was kind of funny.
Slim Jim.
Skylar, listen to me. This will not happen again, okay? I won't let it.
Walt, do you have a second cell phone?
But one thing I am sure of is that I don't have a second cell phone.
She's not buying it. I wouldn't either. His acting has been too inconsistent. Okay. Walter and Jesse both enacted some bold plans. It's like the underwear gnomes where they're like, point A or step 1, step 2, step 3. They know where they want to start. They know what step 1 is. They know what step 3 is, but they don't know like the step or the steps in between. They kind of just muddle their way through and hope for the best to get there. To me, Walter is being way too aggressive with his everything's fine, it's okay. I mean, if you're gonna say that you lost a couple days and you don't know where you were, you should be acting more worried about that. He was acting way too sus when he's saying, like, I want to get out of here. How much longer do I have to be here? And then telling Skylar, like, I promise I won't let this happen again. Because if you were gone for a couple days and you're not supposed to know why, even though they told him it was like transient amnesia or whatever, you should still be relaying, like, if you were telling the truth, you should be like, oh, I'm so afraid this is going to happen again. You could just be like, I'm so sorry this happened. Yes, but you can't say, like, I promise it's never going to happen again. I don't know, just the way that he was just trying to push forward, she's picking up on that. I know the neurologist and the cancer doctor were picking up on that. With Jesse, that was a lot of luck. Again, another bold plan, and while everybody else might be believing that there's no way he could have shot Tuco, he's just some meth head, Hank has the puzzle pieces. Hank acts like a big lug, but he has these pieces, he's missing some, he's putting the puzzle together, but he's not stupid. He is seeing the bigger picture. He just needs a few more pieces to put it all together. I'm also upset for Hank because the way he like relayed to his superiors what happened, and he was so clinical in explaining the way it happened, what happened. You can just tell that there were a lot of emotions behind the words he was using, and that this is something you don't just simply get over. You don't just simply get you. He showed up to a shootout he was not prepared for, that he did not know was going to happen. And it's different than when you're doing your job and you have a whole crew with you and you're doing a bust. He was there by himself looking for Walter, didn't expect to find Tuco, and found himself in a shootout. And taking someone's life is a big deal. We've seen that with Walter and how he has reacted to having to take people's lives. And now we see Hank and his everything's fine. It was clinical. This is how it was. Look at my trophy that I got from him. It's going to catch up with him eventually. He's trying to bury it deep down. So I don't know if that's going to manifest itself sooner rather than later, but I think it is going to affect him, and we will see that. And then exactly what I was afraid of is happening. Walter is just pushing forward. He's telling Jesse he has no sympathy for Jesse. Jesse took some big chances for him. Jesse's been trying to escape, and he keeps pulling Jesse in, and he has just no sympathy for him whatsoever. And it bothers me so much because you're all Jesse has, and I know that you're just trying to make money for your family and leave them with something, but he's helping you to do that. So you need to be treating him. There's moments where he does, like when he got the extra money from Tuco when Jesse got beat up, but he needs to be showing him a little bit more comfort. He needs to be showing him a little bit more gratitude because Jesse has nothing left. He is cutting ties with everyone to help Walt and putting himself in danger for Walt. Tuco's Tio is not gone. I absolutely do not believe that is the last we're going to be seeing of him. Tuco mentioned his cousins, so I don't know how Tio is going to relay to them what happened or who did it. But again, Tuco's whole crew that got taken in by the DEA, they know about Jesse. And he can at least confirm that Jesse was there when it happened. So now Walter and Jesse are not only in danger from being caught by the DEA, but now they have a drug kingpin's family after him. And also, other people might be coming in to take the place of Tuco and try to compete for this vicinity against Walt. Are they going to have to put their own crew together? Is Jesse and Walt going to have to put their own crew together? I mean, you can't just... Walt just wants to make meth and sell it. But it's just so much more, as we've seen, it's just so much more complicated than that. And I just feel so badly for Walter's family, for Skylar, and for Walt Jr., and Marie and Hank, because they are that family on the shore with Walter out at sea. And he says, you know, he's doing this for them, but I think a lot of this too, that's maybe how it started, where he wants to leave them with money, but I think a good deal of this is also him feeling power, is him feeling emboldened, is him feeling like the big man, because he could have taken a job at Gray Matter. If this was solely just about his family, he would have taken the job at Gray Matter. He would have gotten that health care. He would have allowed his friends to pay for his treatment and made money at Gray Matter. He knows he's overqualified to be a high school chemistry teacher. He could have been using his intelligence and his knowledge to work at Gray Matter, but his pride isn't letting him. And a lot of this, choosing this more dangerous route, is him being selfish. It's him wanting to feel powerful. And I just feel so bad for his family. That's all I have to say about this episode, and I will see you in episode 4.